College Summit is a peer-led group of students, of 8 students, and we influence other students, especially seniors, about the importance of college and having a plan for after high school.
College Summit is focused on getting kids to and through college.
We educate the student body on their financial aid and scholarship opportunities and just the most efficient ways to get into their post-secondary education and find a successful career.
We all kind of work together and we just try to spread the word about and help people try to get to college and let them know about any financial aid that they might need.
So right now we're focused on getting kids to apply to 3 or more colleges, filling out their FAFSA, and then our next campaign is to get awareness throughout our community, throughout the younger kids and the students and the parents, and changing the college-going culture that we currently don't have at the time.
For many years, Lincoln County High School had a college-going rate of about the low 40s, high 30% rate. And so we saw there was an issue, and we were looking for programs that would help us to alleviate that problem. College Summit came to us and said, we've got this program, here's what it does. Is there a fit for you guys? And obviously that there was. So,
didn't know a lot about the program. Happened to walk into Mr. Snyder's office one day, and a lady was sitting there presenting the information. He asked me if it was something that I would be interested in doing, and about that time, Mike McCormick walked in which I gratefully threw him under the bus with me and explained that if he could help out, that I would help out also, and that's how we started.
Well, the summer workshop, like I've said before, was easily the best and the worst thing I've ever had to do in my life, because it was one of the most challenging and stressful experiences that I've ever had to go through, because during the few days we were there, they definitely packed all the teaching that they could into it, but the memories that I made and all the things that I learned were really incredible.
It's really opened some doors this summer. We went and we experienced a lot. We met a bunch of different people. It was a very diverse experience. It was eye-opening for me to realize that we're not the only school with issues, even though we're not all the same, but we don't have it bad. We have successes too, and we need to celebrate those.
We went to Baltimore over the summer, and we just met a lot of new people from a lot of different schools from around the country, and they were all kind of connected by we wanted to help people go to college.
My typical day started really early, usually 6 in the morning. We'd eat breakfast, and then we'd go to a little meeting to talk about what we're going to do today. We'd tell what all our plans were, our goals.
It would just take off, and just like that, we'd be going pretty much directly from workshop to workshop to workshop, and then we'd have lunch, and then we'd have another workshop or seminar of some kind, and then right after that,
you'd go with your college coach, and then you'd go with your writing coach. You'd learn how to write your personal statement.
It would be dinner time, and sometimes around dinner time we'd have maybe 20 minutes of rest in there, and then after that we would usually have another workshop or some type of team building, and it would end in wrap sessions, which are
basically when you total everything about the day, total everything about your experience there, and you basically have to stand in front of everybody and talk about what your life is and how it's been changed so far.
So really where I think a lot of growth came from, it was just a lot of sharing and intimate moments with each other, and then finally around midnight you'd get to go to bed, midnight or 1, and it's a really long day.
But the people at the summer workshop really just put my life and my high school experience into perspective, because sometimes I really think that we have awful things going on here in our state, but then I see students from across the country and they're going through the same things, and sometimes even worse. But when we all came together with the same goal in mind, it was just a great feeling and just an awesome 4 days of my life. It was probably one of the best experience I've had so far.
The adults and trainers and PeerForward team that we had this summer, that really guided us through all of it. So this year it was my ideas, it was me in the school. What projects do you think you work? It was like this summer I was able to step it up and realize that I deserve my place at the table too, that my ideas were valid.
These guys come back, and they were given projects they had to do through this meeting they did in the summertime. And they were asked to, I guess, track the number of of students that were looking at college, or even track the number of students that had filled out the FAFSA forms, just to have a conversation with students about college or post-secondary education.
I feel like we've accomplished quite a bit. I've had kids come up to me and ask how to write personal statements, or how to do this or how to do that, questions about their FAFSA, and I've been able to help them and answer them and be there. It's kind of nice to see some kids accomplish that, things that they didn't think they could do, and it's just nice to know that you're not only changing their future, but their family's future, and everything about what they had going on in their lives or what they had planned in their lives just completely flipped upside down, and they're making themselves better.
A lot of changes that I've seen in myself since I've been in College Summit is I've gained a lot of better sense of responsibility in a way, and teamwork and leadership.
It has made me a lot more confident in my planning for college and also my planning for a future career. It has made me not as worried about the future as I was before.
I'm not afraid to step up anymore. I know that if somebody has to do it, why not me? You have to be a leader. You have younger people looking up to you, especially because I'm a junior. I'm able to take charge now and help lead my other organizations. It's
changed me into a leader. It's made me open my eyes. It's given me a place to direct my passion and my creativity and my time and effort.
I talked to my mom a lot about like all the stuff I'm going to have to do to get into college that I didn't really know before, and she's just been able to see knowledgeable about what I'm supposed to do, that I'm prepared to go on after high school.
I was kind of nervous. I didn't really know what it really entailed, but then when I saw all the people who are involved, these are some of the greatest people I know, and we all work and mesh really well together, and I think we get the job done.
I like the camaraderie in the group, how we're all so driven to help other people. I've seen a change in a lot of students' mentality. Like, a lot of them, didn't really think of them as a person that would go to college, but we've just changed that mindset.
But this is all student-led, so as most of you know, when it's coming from their peers, students are more apt to listen than if it's the adults, saying you need to do this, you need to do that.
For me, College Summit has been a changer for us in that it's made college more important for our other students. But it's also not just saying it's important, it's telling them the why. And if it's something that you're serious about, it's saying, and here's what you need to do to make sure that you are on the right track academically, you're on the right track as far as filling out the paperwork, you're on the right track because you've had a conversation with someone about this is something you want to do.
I think our group of seniors have absolutely transformed into great leaders. They are very kind and patient, and they were great students to begin with. But as far as taking the stand and taking the lead, maybe they've stepped out of their comfort zone a little bit to work with kids that they're not in contact with as regularly. They've went to all of the senior classes, not just the classes that they're in, and they're targeting all students, and they're saying, we understand that this is your plan, but hey, come along with us and do this. I think they've maybe developed a better understanding of some of the things that high school has to offer, but I think at the same time, they've shown other seniors that there's some things out there.
Well, I think the thing for me, the money is well worth being spent, because my thought is if it put a price tag on making a difference between one child going to school and being successful or not. I don't think you put a price tag on that. I think sometimes these conversations what you have with those kids, if it just changes one student from saying, maybe I can, maybe I can't, to, hey, let's go through this. They do go through it, get accepted, go to college. This kid could have been something completely different, but they chose to go to college because of something they heard or did, and it changed their life. It kind of sounds hokey pokey, but it changes lots of lives, because then their children may be impacted by that. So I'm not sure you can put a price on what this would cost us.
I feel like there's still a lot more that we could do. The FAFSA numbers are still really low, but it's hard to get 75% of your kids to fill out their FAFSA when 75% of your kids aren't going. But we just got news of 45%, right? 45% of our seniors have filled out their FAFSA this year, which is awesome. And that's just now. They have until they go to school in the fall.
I'm really looking forward to the summer camp that we're supposedly going to. All the seniors have said that it is a totally life-changing experience, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I very much hope that we still continue to get support for College Summit, because the past 2 years have been really successful, and it would be a shame to lose that now that we've gained so much ground and really helped our students.
I hope the school continues the College Summit program, just because we're not only helping students with their current problems, like trying to fill out scholarship forms and trying to figure out their financial aid qualifications, but it also helps them be prepared for even after post-secondary education.
It is a tremendous program at our school. It doesn't just benefit the 8 peer leaders in the College Summit group, but it benefits the entire school. I've seen a tremendous amount of just people being more interested in what they can do after high school and going to college, and students who never thought that they could go to college or go here, go there, they really have set higher goals for themselves.
For me, it was one of the most empowering experiences that I've ever got to be a part of, and it empowered me as a person, and I hope that they continue that, because it doesn't just impact the high school of Lincoln County or the students of Lincoln County, but it could ultimately change the future for Lincoln County itself and for all the great things that are to come, and we could use a little bit of positivity here.